What's up, everybody, and welcome to the season opener of the only basketball show on the continent that satisfies your cravings for hoops, music, and entertainment. Oh, they ain't hearing me.
They're asleep.
They're not listening to me.
They ain't paying attention.
The only show that's fit to follow the fastest growing sport in Africa. I'm talking about the only show that's hosted by the undisputed hooper in Kenya and the indisputable baller in East Africa. It's your girl, Silalei Owuor, together with my main man, DNG, and you're watching Baqe.
Believe that, East Africa's #1 hype man, DNG, in the flesh, and I'm excited to be here for the 3rd time in a row. Season 3, baby. Baqe right here. You know what, for our new fans who've been following us, you know, super excited for the start of Season 3. Let me break it down for you. Baqe is street slang in Sheng that represents basketball. It's a way of life, it's a mindset, it's a philosophy. Don't get it twisted. And since it originated right here in the 254, it's prudent that we're back for the next 26 weeks.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to be holding it down at home base, and later on in the episode, we'll be showing you what the Baqe crew has been up to. Our 10-week stint in the land of Katogo, Matoke, and East Africa's hardest clubbers was nothing short of insane.
It was cray, y'all. And the Baqe team discovered the passion for basketball in Uganda. There it's on fire. People are balling and excited about the sport. And the ZUBL University Basketball League was hotly contested. Some little birdie told me, that the ZUBL University Basketball League champions in Uganda will be going head-to-head with the ZUBL champs in Kenya. Is that true?
DNG, the rumors have been circulating. And you know, there's always some truth with the rumors. But it's only one of many things basketball will be showing you right on your screen over the next 6 months. The ZUBL in Kenya is already underway, and it's looking bigger and badder than the first season.
We've lined up 40 universities, 80 teams, 730 players, all excited and ready to compete with one another for the next 26 weeks for the title of national champion.
Baqe will, of course, be bringing all that action to you and DNG.
Yo!
How cool is it that the ZUBL is starting at the same time as the biggest basketball league on the planet?
Yo, it's super cool, and we are hopeful that these players will be able to draw some inspiration from the NBA, and we'll see this reflected on the courts.
Of course. I mean, the psych levels of the players will definitely be boosted. And did you hear that Black Mamba is back in the business?
You mean Kobe?
Kobe!
Oh, Kobe's back. And you know what's going on, yo? You can remember that incident in April, you know, when he tore his Achilles tendon just a few days after setting the new NBA record. And I've just been following his progress, during training. He's looking strong, he's looking fit, and he's eager to get back on the court. As you say, Kobe never, ever disappoints.
He never disappoints. And of course, Team USA won the men and women's division of the FIBA World Championship. Of course.
That was pretty obvious, and I expect you to know that.
I knew that.
But something that you, of all people, should have known. Say USIU.
USIU.
My goodness, USIU. Hey, yo, kindly, the Kenya Basketball Federation, USIU is on top of the men and women's tables, and there's a team that you represent. In fact, let me check. You're the captain, right? Eagle Sound. Eagle what?
Eagle Wings.
Eagle who?
Eagle Wings.
Yo, what number are you?
But listen, no, hold up, come slowly, okay? Because we played KPA last weekend and we beat them, so I'm sure we're like a 1.5 in between.
So Eagle Wings, you know, News Justin just crash landed in the position 3. Well done, fantastic. Yo, and in the feature that's following, you'll be able to see a team worth the mention, USIU. I'm talking about the women's team and how they took the Kenya trophy. And of course, the very best moments from Kenya and Uganda.
From Uganda to Kenya, from Nairobi, Kampala, we come as them don't know.
It's challenge to love. Man, this fun. I like it.
Hustler,
See, then it's my time. Watiaji na mi, oile maji. Ushayo na wapi supu ya maini na via.
Everybody back home there, this is your boy Radio
alongside
Weasel. Good Life Fire, so much love to Alayat.
Hey, niadzen, bwenyo hapa hivi, OctoPI00. Na Amazona watch Baqe on Zuku.
Where basketball lives.
Nairobi shamba la mawe na tunalima inalimika kufunika. Baka DOD, la familia ndio street na nyinyi ndio balcony. Wanipende wanchukie, nisipendeze nifutie. Mimi napiga dili zangu safi zote mikakati roho chuma. Hakuna kurudi nyuma. Wanipende wanchukie, nisipendeze nifutie. Mimi napiga dili zangu safi zote mikakati roho chuma. Hakuna kurudi nyuma. Yeah.
Yo, sometimes I pour the liquor just to get rid of the pain. Inhaling shashamane just to release the pain. You can call it temporary.
What's up, guys? My name is Claire. I'm a USIU student. I'm a basketball fan.
The energy with the everybody who came today was so leaky, so young.
The music, the DJ, the hype, everything was just good. It rocked.
Upate yako kwa njia inayofaa. Usipokonye mwenzako hamna raha. Kakuvuna jasho lako kistare na beteshe sako kwa bako. Tovina sakato Kenya shilingi to witness. Super healthy bank account, physical fitness. La familia 254 be the realest. Roho chuma, you know pangoma di witness.
Wanipende wanchukie, nisipendeze nifutie. Mimi napiga dili zangu safi zote.
Welcome back to Baqe. We just saw the rivalries, the hype, the sights and the sounds from the past season. And with the ZUBL in its preliminaries, here's a look at some of the teams as we kick off this season. It's the third week of the Zuku University Basketball League, with most teams still finding their footing. USIU is not one of those teams. Almost all players are back for Season 3 of the ZUBL, including number 9, Alex Ramazani. Double screen for Ramazani, who gets clear for the open shot, nothing but net. St. Paul University's Pete Munoz with a fast break opportunity, but can't get it to go. USIU back down the court in transition, and you can see the players are very comfortable playing with each other. Ramazani gets the rebound, a teardrop, and gets the and one. SPU fighting back with a coast-to-coast drive from number 14, Daniel Atege. This is St. Paul University's inaugural season with the ZUBL, and up against the experience of last season's third-place winners, it's an uphill road, but one they're willing to brave. There you have number 13, Jude Ableman from SPU with an easy J. USIU had a field goal percentage of 36% and out-rebounded the still green SPU side, but gave up more turnovers. There's a fight for the ball that's won over by Salim Yaye, who slams it in. Now that's the kind of move that just knocks the wind right out of your opponents. Munoz with the no-look pass right into the hands of number 14, Daniel Atege. SPU getting into a good rhythm, taking advantage of the 2-on-1 situation, easy lay-in. Where's the defense, USIU? Okanga with the steal. Quick pass out, finding number 7, Francis Okello for the three-pointer. Munoz leading the way back on offense, over and under, finger roll. Beautiful play by Munoz. We'll have to keep an eye on him. It's just not enough for St. Paul's University, who have to contend with defeat, losing to USIU 43 points to 19. Let's dive straight into the women's game, which sees University of Nairobi's Dynamites taking on the new kids on the block, Africa Nazarene University. That's number 9, Selena Okumu with a putback. She's one of the few remaining veteran players in the Dynamites after the graduation of UON star post player, Janet Okoth. Dynamites are going to have to readjust to their new squad and don't seem to have too much of a problem with that in this game. Okumu again with a fast break opportunity. And you back down the court, throwing up a prayer, and rebounded by number 11, Adeline Munguti, Some great offensive transition there with two dynamites filling in the lanes to receive the long pass. And an easy 2 points for number 7, Charity Wanjohi. ANU really struggling as we are well into the second half here with University of Nairobi leading 39 points to 10. And we can see why. UON doing a fantastic job of making sure every player touches the ball on offense. And that's another easy basket for Wanjohi. UON preparing to inbound the ball in the closing minutes of the game. ANU almost getting the steal, but it's a quick pass to number 5, Rachel Ndungu. Buckets! And that will just about do it for the strong Dynamites who defeat Africa Nazarene University soundly, 52-6. Those are some great games coming from the courts of USIU. And now back with us is the man with the plan, Mr. Bosiri, aka the boss, aka the professor.
Thank you very much.
Silalei. About your sensei.
How are you doing?
I'm good. You know, I really missed you last season in Uganda.
So did I.
You would have loved it.
Was it?
It was great.
It was marvelous, eh?
Marvelous.
But I always like Kampala myself.
Yeah?
It's always good.
Awesome.
It's great, yeah.
Well, it's great to have you back with us.
Thank you very much.
Let's dive straight into it.
Yep.
Now, Professor, you have seen virtually every minute of the first season of the ZUBL in Kenya. Now we have 26 weeks ahead of us, 40 universities and new teams. What are the lessons that we can learn from the past, and what is your outlook for this upcoming season?
Silalei, that's a very good question. The first thing that I learned was that sponsorship works wonders. You know, Zuku coming in and sponsoring the University League got the league out of Nairobi. Without that sponsorship, we would have been still playing in Nairobi. 2, there's a lot of passion and enthusiasm around the country for the game of basketball.
Absolutely.
Do you remember Moi University?
Crazy.
Western Conference Finals was marvelous.
My gosh.
Nyayo Stadium?
I lost myself.
Oh, it was great. And you know, you just see the raw passion and raw desire amongst all the youth to come out and play, train. Even after the games, they come into the middle of the court and they're shooting and doing all these things. For me, that was great. It's high time that we harnessed all this energy, all this youth, and made the game of basketball become bigger and greater in Kenya.
Okay. Now, in terms of skill development, have you seen a distinct difference between what we saw in the first week of the ZUBL last season and the last week in Kenya?
For sure, Silalei, I saw a lot of improvement, especially in teams like Egerton University, MKU Nakuru, the teams from Maseno.
Right.
They all showed they have learned something, especially on the pick and roll and the half-court set. At least teams were a bit more patient, using more screens, trying to shoot the ball when they're open, trying to drive and draw the help and kick out the ball. And I was actually impressed that it seems that they were actually watching Baqe and learning something out of it.
Now, I know it's super early for us to predict who will even end up in the playoffs, but do you have any favorites that you've already seen?
I'll start with the ladies. USIU still are top for me. They are Zone 5 champions. They were number 2 last year in the Kenyan League. And this season they are unbeaten in the Kenyan League. I had Strathmore is back in the fold.
Yes.
And therefore they bring a lot of competition. They're being coached here by the former national team coach, Ronnie Owino. And therefore I expect that final will be between USIU and Strathmore.
Okay.
The rest of the teams, no chance.
Really?
University of Nairobi lost Janet Okop, and therefore they have no chance to get anywhere. But we should watch out for ZTech University College.
Okay.
I heard they're in, and they've got some 3 or 4 players from the Premier League.
Yes.
Who are studying in that school. So
they do. For
the men, University of Nairobi for me, USIU, they're still tops because they're still playing in the league.
Okay.
They're having a very good run. USIU is number 2 at the moment, and University of Nairobi is number 6. Therefore, the players have had enough, practice and games to be able to prepare them for this particular league. Secondly, I heard that Anyang has left MKU Nakuru.
He has. I don't know where
the last time he played for the University of Nairobi during the Continental Games.
Really?
So I'm really waiting to see the University of Nairobi playing and see whether he's going to play for them. But I think we'll get 1 or 2 competitors from the Western Conference. But when they come to the national finals, it will still be a Nairobi affair.
Well, I mean, if you remember last season, I was a huge fan of the Western Conference. So I would be happy to see another strong team come out from there.
Indeed.
Thank you so much, Professor, for your insights. You heard it here first. The professor has given his prediction. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Now we're going to take a very, very short break, but when we come back, we'll be taking you on an in-depth journey of what really went down in Kenya last season. So don't go anywhere. Baqe will be right back.
ZUBL is just a great idea.
ZUBL 2013 to 2014 was a very good year.
You'd relish every moment about it. You'd remember every single thing you did in that game.
Losing to Nairobi University in the semi-finals last year at Kasarani was, one of the losses that really stuck out. The game I remember very well is a game against Masinde Muliro. The atmosphere was just so nice.
When we took cameras to Moy Eldoret and we promoted heavy on social media, on Baqe, that the game was going to be live. And then you saw between 2,500 and 3,000 fans around that arena that many basketballers across the region, across the country, didn't even know existed.
Everybody was so happy. There was a presence of artists like Rabbit. After the game, all the other students from Moy, they knew there was going to be an after party. So the crowd was there.
Now when you have a packed house, you've got dunks, you've got high quality basketball, and the games were nip and tuck, back and forth. One game goes into overtime. All the games, there were more than 80 points, 90 points scored by all 4 teams that were aired. It changed everything.
The game I remember very well is a game against Masinde Muliro. We knew it was going to be a hard game because there was a presence of Alex, who was good over the season. But the game turned out to be very easy.
I did the best I could, put the team on the clock, but these guys overpowered us.
And then the most epic game was the next day, the finals against Maseno. We were unbeaten. We thought it was going to be easy, but it turned out to be hard because by the second half, we were tied at 50 until almost the end of third quarter. That's when we pull away. But toward the end of fourth quarter, they recovered, but we still maintain our lead, and we won by 96-87.
The one match I can never forget is the MKU versus us, the Easter match. The Easter and MKU have been rivals ever since. In different leagues, we've played against each other, and every match is like a final match to us. On that day, MKU came all out. MKU had the craziest fans we have ever seen. We have been to many tournaments, but MKU brought the craziest, hypiest, as in those fans were just all over. You could just hear MKU, MKU, MKU. They were so loud when we were calling plays while we were playing. We couldn't even hear our fellow teammate asking us for the ball. It was that loud.
We had 5 buses full of supporters, both subordinate staff and students. So we had to prove ourselves. And also the Falcons had talked a lot, and they had beaten us 4 times in a row.
MKU came all out and they beat us. They just didn't beat us, they humbled us.
Losing to Nairobi University in the semi-finals last year at Kasarani was, one of the losses that really stuck out. University of Nairobi will always be one of our main competitors, for as long as, basketball will be around.
We are quite good friends, but on the court you have to defend your university. At the end of it all, it's bragging rights. If they win us, they'll say, we are better than your end. If we win them, we'll say we are better. So at the end of it all, we're fighting for bragging rights.
Ongechi just knocking down threes, making it rain in Kasarani Stadium.
And that's what opened it up, Silalei. Those 2 threes changed the defensive scheme.
The finals was interesting because we started quite well because we had a good lead the first quarter. Then they slowly got settled and came back into the game. Then it became an intense final.
He really opened it up, and this is the play that got the crowd going.
I think that's the play of the tournament right there, Mike. I mean, I don't know if
those were spontaneous dunks. There's nothing you'd say you'd plan for them. Nah, it's just being caught in the moment and that adrenaline. Yeah, you just find yourself next to the rim and you have to slam it home.
Going at all the big men in the game in the semi-final game last night.
If Nick had happened to block me in my first dunk, I don't think I'll have attempted the second one. So at the end of it all, I'll say it was our day.
When you play the ZUBL, at least some people have come to notice that, okay, actually basketball can be better and more fun. Because considering the finals we played, people are still talking about it actually. They've seen like playing in Kasarani, we felt like we were in a big tournament, you know.
It was something most of us had never experienced, like the big stage. We are used to playing where you can count the number of fans who were watching the game. But this time, it was like an NBA game because I have never played in such a crowd.
And right after that,
they all know now this is very real, and it's consistent and it's professional.
First things first, we have to deal with the MKU.
It's not easy.
We're not going to shy away. We say we're champions. We've already won it. No, we'll come back harder. It's always better to say you are 2 times champions.
I think they were a bit surprised, and I guess we would. But yesterday in the semi-final game, it was a close.
In growing the game in Africa, and we got to appreciate it.
Yo, Silalei, this was some good times.
Definitely.
Good time. And you know what? Before we wrap up, I need to send a shout out to my brother from another mother representing Uganda, man. Marcus, yo, he's my brother, Mr. Quickie. You know what I mean? The quickest man in Uganda, yo. Marcus Quickie Rizza, homie, I see you.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you there. You know, DNG, Marcus comes to Nairobi quite a bit, and we're gonna get him on the show, as in the 3 of us.
He's about to get here real quick.
So play nice.
I'm always playing nice. I ain't got no beef with Marcus. You're my boy, dog. You're my boy. And you know, you're just sensitive and catching emotions. You know, it's all good if you like to do it real quick, y'all. Now I like to take my time with my
hit
legs.
it with the links.
I make sure you're interacting with us via Twitter at Baqe Nation. We are on Facebook. The page is Baqe. Like the page, drop us a wall post, share the pics, let us know what's going on. For you online freaks, just go to our brand new website. Really cool stuff happening there. www.zubl.org.
Our hashtag is Discover the Passion, and we want you to discover the passion with us right here on Baqe. Same time, 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, same place, ZUBL Sport.
Believe that.
Time for us to go. We out.
Real quick.